If you're wondering which budget streaming cameras are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it.
Insta360 Link 2C. The 4K video at 30 frames per second is so sharp it makes my old webcam look like a potato. But the gesture controls are so hit or miss, I looked like I was directing traffic just trying to get it to track me. The image quality is fantastic for a webcam, though you will definitely need an external microphone unless you want your audio to sound like it is coming from inside a tin can. Would I buy it? Maybe, if I found it on a massive sale and had the patience of a saint to deal with its movie AI features.
Nexigo N60. This little guy gives you solid 1080p quality for the price, which is great, but the microphone sounds so muffled you might as well be talking through a pillow. It is super easy to set up and works right away, which is perfect for video calls, but if you are streaming, your viewers will probably think you are broadcasting from the bottom of a well. Would I buy it? Yes, if I were on a super tight budget and just needed something basic for Zoom meetings that would not make me look like a blurry mess.
Logitech Brio 101. For the money, the Brio 101's 1080p picture is shockingly good and punches way above its weight. But the fixed focus means you cannot move an inch, and the 58-degree field of view is so narrow it barely captures my whole face. I also have to roast it for not having a tripod mount or the ability to swivel. It's like they want you to be stuck in one position forever. Would I buy it? No. The lack of basic mounting options and that claustrophobic viewing angle make it a pain to use for anything beyond a static headshot.
Logitech C920X. The C920X is the undisputed champion of "it just works," providing a crisp 1080p picture with colors that are actually accurate, though the short, built-in cable is a joke if your computer is not right next to your screen. The autofocus is decent enough, but let's be real, in 2025, it is not going to win any awards against the shiny new 4K models. Would I buy it? Yes, it is an oldie but a goodie that still delivers amazing performance for its price, making it a reliable workhorse for almost any setup.
eMeet C960. I was genuinely shocked that a budget webcam could have 4K resolution this good, delivering sharp video even in dim lighting. But it's a fixed focus lens, so do not plan on moving around much during your stream. It has dual microphones with noise cancellation, which is a nice feature at this price, though you will still want a real microphone if you want to sound like a professional. Would I buy it? Maybe, if I was desperate for that 4K look but did not want to sell a kidney to afford one of the big-name cameras.
Anker PowerConf C200. This thing boasts a 2K resolution, which is basically 1080p that did a couple of push-ups, offering a sharp image as long as you sit perfectly still, because any sudden movement makes the pixels look like they're having a party. The built-in dual mics with noise cancellation are pretty solid, and it even has a physical privacy cover so you can be sure no one's watching you eat snacks. Would I buy it? Yes. If you want something a bit better than the old Logitech Guard and are on a tight budget, this is a respectable choice that punches above its price. The Lenovo 510 FHD. For a low price, you get a camera that works flawlessly with Windows, even letting you log in with your face using Windows Hello, which is pretty cool until you realize the super wide 95-degree angle means everyone on your call can see your messy room. It gets the job done with decent full high-definition video, but if the sun goes behind a cloud, you suddenly look a bit more like a blurry Bigfoot than a professional streamer. Would I buy it? Maybe, but only if I was exclusively a Windows user and had already cleaned my office, which, let's be honest, is never going to happen.
Logitech C920E HD. The legend. The one your grandpa probably used for his MySpace page. It's a work-from-anywhere webcam that delivers reliable 1080p high-definition video that looks way better than whatever potato camera is built into your laptop. It has solid autofocus and stereo mics that pick up your voice clearly, but let's be real, you're buying a design that's been around forever. It's the Toyota Corolla of webcams. Would I buy it? Yes, it's a no-fuss, reliable option for a great price if you just need something that works without any drama. But do not expect to be blown away.
Logitech Brio 301. This one is refreshingly simple, with a single USB-C cable to get going, and a little flip-up privacy cover is a neat trick that makes you feel like a super spy even if you're just joining another boring meeting. The video quality is decent at 1080p, but the camera's processing sometimes puts a weird faint white outline around you, as if it's trying to highlight you with a celestial glow you did not ask for. Would I buy it? Maybe if you want something that looks a bit more modern than a C920 and you really love the idea of aggressively flipping a privacy shutter closed after a call.
eMeet 600. This camera comes in hot with 4K resolution and is super responsive autofocus, making your face look crisp enough for Hollywood, which might be overkill for your weekly team sync. However, it has no built-in light, so in a dim room, you'll look like you're broadcasting from a bunker, and despite the 4K badge, it cannot even hit 60 frames per second at that resolution. What a tease! Would I buy it? No, because while the 4K image is nice, the lack of a light and high frame rate at that resolution makes it feel like a sports car with a speed limiter.
OBSBot Meet SE. This thing is proof that you do not need to sell a kidney to get a decent stream picture, offering smooth 1080p video at a buttery 100 frames per second for just $69, making more expensive cams look like a joke. The AI tracking is like having a tiny caffeinated camera operator following you around, and its low light performance is shockingly good, so your viewers can still see you in your poorly lit goblin cave. Would I buy it? Yes, if you're not a 4K snob, this little powerhouse gives you insane value for your money, even though it maxes out at 1080p resolution.
Microsoft LifeCam Studio. Okay, let's talk about this relic from a bygone era. This webcam looks like a security camera from a post-apocalyptic movie, and it is so old it probably remembers when dial-up was a thing. It can push out a decent 1080p image if you have a computer powerful enough to launch a space shuttle. Otherwise, get ready for a slideshow that moves slower than a sloth on tranquilizers. Would I buy it? No. Unless you are building a vintage PC museum, its terrifying looks and the fact it needs a supercomputer to function properly make it a hard pass for modern streaming.
AnkerWork C310. Here we have a webcam that dangles that sweet 4K carrot in front of you for under $100, but its autofocus sometimes has the attention span of a goldfish and might decide to focus on your bookshelf instead of your face. I also noticed some annoying flickering at 1080p and 60 frames per second, which really adds an unwanted haunted house vibe to my streams, and there is no light to even tell you if the damn thing is on. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you were willing to fiddle with manual focus and pray to the tech gods that the app does not crash, the 4K image can be great for the price.
eMeet Nova 4K. This camera is the strong, silent type. It serves up some solid 4K quality for a good price and is super easy to set up. But do not ask it to do any fancy party tricks because it has all the flexibility of a concrete block. Seriously, it gives you a clean picture and clear audio, but that is about it. So think of it less as a creative tool and more as a stubborn mule that does one job and does it acceptably. Would I buy it? Yes, if you just need a simple, no-fuss 4K webcam that you can plug in and forget about, because it will not win any awards for features, but it gets the basic job done.
HP 320. This is the webcam you buy when you have spent your entire budget on a fancy gaming chair and have about $25 left for the actual camera. The quality is surprisingly not terrible for the price, but it can be a real pain to actually mount on your monitor. Do not even think about smooth motion though, because some tests show it sputtering along at a glorious 15 frames per second, which is less like a video and more like a flipbook someone is animating by hand. Would I buy it? No. Just no. Struggling to mount it is one thing, but that potato-level frame rate is a deal breaker for literally any kind of streaming.
Nexigo N980p. I plugged this thing in and bam! 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is pretty slick for the price. The 120-degree field of view is so wide it practically showed my neighbor judging my life choices. But I had to manually twist the lens to focus like some sort of caveman, and the image got a bit noisy in the background. Would I buy it? Yes, if you want that smooth 60 frames per second video and have the patience of a saint for manual focusing.
Logitech C922 Pro. This camera is like the reliable old Toyota of webcams. It just works with fantastic low light performance and autofocus that actually follows you without having a seizure. But you only get 30 frames per second at 1080p. And for a camera that costs a bit more, the lack of a privacy shutter makes me feel like I am being watched by the FBI 24/7. Would I buy it? Maybe if you value that rock-solid Logitech performance and do not mind taping over your lens like a paranoid conspiracy theorist.
Nexigo N660. This little guy also hits that sweet 1080p at 60 frames per second mark and has a pretty snappy autofocus, which is a big step up from its N980p sibling. The image quality is decent for a budget cam, but the 78-degree field of view is so narrow, I felt like I was broadcasting from a closet, and there is some noticeable graininess, like it is trying to give my stream a vintage film look I did not ask for. Would I buy it? No. That autofocus is tempting, but the narrow field of view makes the Logitech C922 Pro a better behaved child in this family.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the budget streaming cameras for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.